Yeah, mate. Good evening, everybody. How are you, Slide? Absolutely. And what a better way to start the season off than at Interlagos. An absolutely stunning track. Reminds me a little bit of Mazda Raceway. Uh, Take out the corkscrew, but the elevation changes, especially the centre chicane through 1 and 2. Really tricky little braking zone. Easy to lock up as you come down the hill and then change your camber left and back to right. And again, back through the S's through turns 8, 9, and 10. It's going to be very, very interesting for these boys, see who can find some pace out there. Let's jump on board. This is a quick warm-up lap coming down through turns 4 and 5. All short straight up through here. Up around through turns 6 and 7. 8 down into turn 9. Not real glamorous. Up the hill, again another little tricky zone, braking zone through turn 10, down into 11, up through 12, 13, 14 and through 15. He's certainly a lot faster than his name preludes to, that's for sure. T-Bone's jumped up into the chat. Thanks for joining the stream, T-Bone. Yes, it's a 2002 era. We still had the tobacco liveries. It's great to see. So the guys are now starting to put times down on the scoreboard here. A 1:10 from McFly. Which John comes through, opens with a 1:11.4. And then throws it into turn 1. John Way completed his warm-up lap. A little bit of heat up into the tyres now. Should be full on into it. And there are a couple of names out there yet to put down a time. Scar 666, Christopher Razor, Magic Mass. We all expect those guys to be competitive around here. And the guys were chatting early. We were doing a quick walk down pit lane and talking to the drivers. The key will be to save the tyres for the first stint. 50 laps for the race this evening, 26 laps for the first stint, and most guys will be talking about starting on softs. And they said very easy to lock the tyres up, very easy to flat spot, and it's a long stint. So let's take a look at some of the liveries. We've got McFly in the number 14. That's the number 14 Renault. Yep. Timmy at the moment sitting in the pits. Timmy's in the DHL Jordan. So we'll just see that's his car sitting in the pits there. Mika the Kid. Mika is in the number 2 Scuderia. And then Sato running in the number 5. He's driving for Commander Cirrus, I believe, this evening. So that's the Williams cruising around, the green car we can see now on track. Obviously we've seen John Slow. John's in the number 15 Renault. And Dotto Racer in the number 4 McLaren. Yes, in the orange. Want to pick the McLaren orange. Krista Razor. Krista's in the number 20 Arrows car. Although a couple of guys have changed livery, so it is throwing us out just a little bit at the moment. Number 26, which is also the car that Scar was going to be driving. So Scar's changed cars between practice and qualifying. Yeah. Bokane in the number 6 Williams. V8 Power in the number 20, was supposed to be the number 25 Panasonic. And then Commander Jim, another car we'd expect to be up in the top 10 this evening. In the Patrons, number 7. And then Rishi is the other McLaren in the number 3, parked up in the pits. Unfortunately, Prost is not in this series. Sorry, T-Bone. And apparently there's streams jumping around a little bit there. We'll just quickly jump on board. We'll take a look at our leader at the moment, McFly. Almost a full half a 3/10 of a second up on the rest of the field. I've just had a look at the stream. We have been jumping around obviously between the cars, but the stream itself, from what I can see, is reasonably good. Yeah, we were just while the guys were jumping around doing their qualifying, we were just showing everyone the liveries, as well as ourselves trying to familiarise ourselves. And it is fairly tightly contested, being there's only 3 drivers underneath the 111 at this stage. There's August. It's a tyre life, as we just see Sato slide it up onto the bank there. Just pop up in there, sign some signatures while he was there. Love for the fans. All right, guys, early time. If you want to watch in the stream, welcome for ANZCRL Formula One series from 2002, opening round at Interlagos, or the Jose Carlos Passe, I think is, sorry about my pronunciation. So they are. We did a little practice with the GTL League last year. We went through for the Brazilian series. But the current layout of the track has been consistent since 2017. The length of this track is 4.3 kilometres. We have 15 corners. And the track... let's take a look at how they finished up. So, going through our top 10, McFly convincingly sitting on top of the ladder over Rhetorical Gambit. Timmy 82 in third. And Mick of the Kid will be coming off row 2 in fourth. Row 3 will be Night Havoc and Magic Mass. Row 4, Sato and John Slow. Row 5 will be Dado Racer and Krista Razor, if my mouse plays nice. Row 6 will be Cuckoo and Commander Jim. Row 7, Scar 666 and Bocane. Row 8 will be V8 Power and Rishi will come out at the back of the pack. Probably a safe place to be at this stage. It's going to be very, very tightly contested for the first couple of laps. We expect to see... Hey Gunnar, how are you, mate? We see the guys setting up themselves now, going through their setups, getting themselves organised, making sure they've got the right set of tyres, making sure they've got a full tank of fuel. It is 50 laps for tonight's race. As we can see, the current ambient temperature is 32, track temp is 33 degrees. We've got a gentle southerly at 16 kilometres an hour, and the weather is light cloud. No rain expected. So the safety car this evening will be in-game safety car. It'll be controlled by AI. So there could be some random events. I think we'll be fairly safe to say there'll be a safety car before the end of lap 1, I think. As the drivers all just settling the nerves down now, waiting for the Christmas tree lights to fly to green. What's your preference here, Nico? You want to be inside or outside? Yeah, I think coming down into Center Chicane there through turns 1 and 2, inside lane. But and racing line is not always the preferred line around this track. There are some very interesting lines you can take around these corners to gain a little extra pace. It's very deceiving track. The drivers are definitely going to be on their toes for these 50 laps tonight. Pit crew are going to be busy. Quick shout out to a few of the drivers. Jack Barrett, who is a brand new father. Congratulations to the Barrett family on the earth. The guys have done well, but everyone's now singled down into single file. But we've got, has it called a safety car? The guys have slowed right down. We flipped through the cars. The issue, we don't have communication with race control on track at this stage. We do apologise for that. We can only assume that the safety car was called due to contact off the start line. I did not check with Woody before the stream. Woody's away for the first 2 rounds. We will have further information, so we'll keep you updated. But in history, normally the points are from 1 down to 15. Pretty well everyone scores at least 1 point. Yes, we've got Gam. Yes, so Gambit's obviously the one got damage. He's dived into the pits. There's Sato at the back at the moment. And we'll just go back through. So sitting McFly sitting in P1, then in the number 14. And Timmy 82 in the number 9. And Nicker the Kid in number 2. And then we've got Night Havoc. And behind Night Havoc, Magic Mass. We're expecting he's going to have a launch out of the blocks here. John Wade right up behind Magic Mass. This is going to be a tight field as these guys want to force their way through. John Slow just getting some heat up into the tyres there. Sitting behind John is Dado Racer. Commander Jim in the number 7. Followed by Bo Kane in the number 6. Cuckoo off the back in the number 9. Scar in the lovely pink car we can see there. I think it's the number 7. No, that's the number 26 Arrow, sorry. Chris, did we say that? Can we see that? 27. And then Christopher Razor, the lovely blue, which is was supposed to be the Arrow. And then Rishi just in the other McLaren, the number 3, with Sato sitting behind in the number 5 Williams. And Sato was one. He loves slicks and wings. He's going to be a flyer off the back of this pack at the restart of this race. So just looking, safety car is still rolling around. Let's see if we can jump on board. There we go. So we'll take a nice leisurely cruise. And the question there on everyone's lips, what music is the Stig listening to this evening while he's driving around in the safety car? A little bit of Enya maybe? Good. Yeah. But this gives us a prime view of the layout of the track up over the ridge coming down Rada Oposte, coming down into turn 4, which is the Cinta de Lago. And again, the camber of the road and the road drops away from you. It's very deceiving here. Opens up a little bit and then it's flat out through turn 5. Up over the little ridge, you have to be careful not to lose the rear of the car. And it looks like the road cambers away from you, but it actually comes back. You can really throw the car up through here, through turn 7, and up into the S's through turn 8, which just gets tighter and tighter as you turn around. And okay, so game on. A very tricky little corner there through turn 10, I think it is. And again, coming through turn 11, coming downhill, cambers rolling away from you. The car wants to drift out wide. And this is my bane, turn 12. You think you've got the apex, and then it tightens up on you. And you end up right on the outside. And then turn 13 and turn 14 and then turn safety cars coming in. This is through turn 15 down to the start finish line. So we can see the cars all banking up now, and it was up to McFly to control the start, and big accident. Oh, that might have been a glitch. That might have been a glitch. All cars look like they are still going. So everyone looks like they are cleanly through. That might have just been a glitch in the game. So we're off and racing again. McFly jumping out with almost a 2-second margin here. But it's on between Timmy and Nicker the Kid. Timmy's just going to have to pull back in there and be conscious. You don't want to be trying to push the car through here on cold tyres. Let's jump back to see how we're going in the back of the pack. The guys are almost pushing too wide through here. Yeah, Chris is looking a little bit impatient off the back of the McLaren there. If he had headlights on this, I'm sure he would be flashing them crazy at the moment. Yeah, been taking advantage of the slipstream. And that's the advantage of the slipstream. There's a, yep, that was Timmy. Yep, Timmy 82 off there. But the advantage of the slipstream down that start-finish line, it is a massive run. It's almost 1.2 kilometres. And it's hard to defend if you don't get a good exit out of turn 13. Yes. Bocane trying to hold off Sato at the moment. Sato makes the move up the inside. Oh, Bo lighting the tyres up on exit there. He won't be enjoying that too much. The guys were saying that they had to be ultra careful on the soft tyres at the start of this race. They don't want to flat spot them. And they, we have a look at Dado and Kuku at the moment. Yes, the guys are all doing quite well here. Everyone seems to be reasonably well behaved. That concertina effect as they all come up into the braking zone and then open back out on the exit. Kuko again, just lighten the tyres up a little bit. I reckon that was Commander Jim. Yep. Just losing the cars a little bit through there. Sorry about that, guys. Riding on board with Cuckoo at the moment. Sitting off the back of Datto Racer. Behind them, we've got Sato moving up onto Scar. And we'll just sit with him at the moment. He seems to be one of the guys on the march around the field. But the leaders have jumped out to a healthy little margin here at the moment. McFly and Mick of the Kid, 2.5 second breakaway to John Wade, and a further 3 seconds down the track to Night Havoc. Yes, a few guys got caught. Yeah, definitely Sato getting caught out at the start, I think, or maybe just messed up qualifying. It didn't feel like they were warm enough, just had to get a bit more heat in them. As he's got a little bit of space now before he catches up to the back of Cuckoo. He might be able to draw Scar along with him. Everyone looks like they're behaving reasonably well. Yes, no. Gambit's actually in a bit of traffic here because he had to make that pit stop, so he's a lap down at the moment. But he's just pulling up. He's sitting around with John Slow at the moment. So I think, yep. So sitting just in front of John Slow. I actually think he's overtaken John Slow, and he's on the march up towards Magic Mass. There's commentator's curse. And that is. Let's take a roof cam of that. That's not looking happy. That would definitely bring out the safety car. So if we look at McFly, yes, everyone is now slowing down. Yes. So a couple of guys taking advantage of pit lane. We've got Cuckoo and Sato jumping into the pit lane, taking advantage of an early safety car. And that looks like a disconnect. Yes, that looks like Gambit is out. So we're now down to 14 cars now. So every car on the lead lap. We still have Sato coming around out of his pit lane, so he'll catch up to the back, and Cuckoo, having made their pit stops, they'll swing around to the back of this. We'll see where the safety car is at the moment. Yep. So Sato just coming up through turn 8 as the field wraps around now, coming through turn 12. The lovely Chevrolet safety car for this evening's race. Hope you guys... And looks like the safety car is going around again. One more lap. So Sano is parked up now onto the back of the pack. As we just see someone duck into the pit lane there. That's Scar. Yes, the iRacing experience, T-Bone, can be useful, but the whole physics of the game is completely different. The braking for the Formula One cars will be very similar, I'm assuming. Yes, it certainly teaches more brake control because iRacing's it's not useful to use more than 80% of your brake. ACC is basically 100% brake right into the corner. Yeah. And AMS2 very much finesse. There's a lot more slip angle, there's a lot more rotation on tyre physics in AMS2 than any other of the sims, but they're all great in their own right. AMS2, for its format, its variety of cars, and the excitement of the racing, it's and its physics and its graphics, it's exceptional makeover of previously Project Cars 2. And strength to strength, there's new data coming, the new IMSA series coming to AMS2. So let's jump up the start. We should see the safety car pull into pit lane at this lap. Cars all banking up at the moment. McFly's got control. And we are green and racing. Looks like John Wade's got a bit of a handful here with Magic Mass right on the tail. And also Night Havoc around the outside. 3 wide coming down through turn 3. And John Slow picked up a couple of positions there, I would say. Oh, and we have cars going off everywhere there. We've got Commander Jim and John Slow. But both cars back and running again, so we are off and racing. McFly almost a full 1 second margin out front. Doing this race comfortably at the moment over Mika the Kid. And they've also pulled another 2 second margin over John Wade at the back there. And a great battle at the moment between Night Havoc, Crystal Razor, Night Havoc and Magic Mass sitting off at the back of this pack. You can see the 3 cars there. Yes, we're rolling aboard Crystal Razor at the moment as we follow them through the S's. Coming up into turns 10 and 11. No, Jack Barrett. Jack Barrett was driving the number 22 Minardi. Unfortunately, Jack being a new father is not racing this evening, so there are no Minardis on the grid this evening. There's Sato pulling up onto the back of this pack as well. Dado doing a great job here. Dado very cool under pressure. Very hard. For anyone who's spent time racing with Dado, he's the master at just holding his line, blocking the entries, getting on the power on the exit. Very, very challenging drive to get past. But if Timmy close enough now, he's got the advantage of the slipstream, but just quite positive. Now, question, I don't have a wheel at the moment, so I can't test drive these cars. Do they have push to pass? I don't see any wing opening on these cars. I don't believe they have any additional power from 2002. Yes, he's going to need to get right up underneath that tail coming out of turns 13 if he wants to get an advantage down the straight. Yep, let's take a look. Looks like McFly might have injured his tyres at some stage. And Nick the Kid does the pass around the outside. Oh, okay, so the guys are saying that they've all got engine damage. So they all recorded a minimum 2% engine damage when the safety car pulled out. So I'm wondering if that was from the cold start. So Nick the Kid now opening up a margin over McFly. John Wade's still 2 seconds off the back of this pack, so he hasn't managed to. Wade is starting to gain a little bit of momentum himself. Or as I was saying, maybe just a little bit of engine damage, maybe just being a little bit cautious, knowing that they still have 35 laps to go. So let's jump back onto Dado, still under some pressure at the moment from Timmy. Sato's made the pass over Cuckoo, but they have dropped off the back of these two. No, they need to do a minimum 26 laps on their opening set of softs to be able to make it home. Otherwise, they'll have to go to hards, and the hards are a good 2 seconds a lap slower. Did he choose hards? Yeah, so that's John Slow and Scar coming through now. John Slow up the inside. And I think this is the battle of the tyres at the moment. Oh, we've got a car stationary. I'm not too sure who it is, going very slow. I haven't seen someone drop down. Him is still off the back. Yes, McFly had an off. What I just did see on the timing screen, a car being stationary coming out of turn 8 into the S's. And we've also got another car, Commander Jim. No, Scar. Scar having an off. So I think we are seeing the guys come towards the end of their tyre life. Sato now closing up onto the back of Timmy 82, who's now got a little bit of a margin over Dado. They're just coming up against some slow traffic. Oh, that car looking a little bit nervous now, a few twitchy through there. Coming down through turns 8 and 9. Up around through turn 10, and that is sideways. Now, this would be, if you're pitting for tyres now, you're going to have to take a gamble on hards, or it's going to be a two-stop race for you. Yeah, I don't think there's an issue with fuel load for these cars, so it predominantly is really just the tyre wear. But there is another battle going on at the back of these. So John Slow's now pulled up onto the back of Cuckoo. And commentator's curse again. Sato moving up onto the back of Dado. And these two have been running together with ANZCRL for 5 years. So they know each other's driving style and they know how each other acts. And Sato will not be giving any mercy to Dado at all, I would assume. And for everyone watching the stream, we hope you are enjoying it. We're watching ANZCRL Formula 1 series from 2002. This is round 1 at Interlagos. And if you like what you're seeing, you want to get involved, you can find ANZCRL on Facebook through Discord, or hit up Slide Science or Saturday. ANZCRL running on Auto Minister 2, iRacing, ACC, and not only on PC, they also have a series running on console, and they're also Jack Barrett is running the Rally Championship as well. And Absolutely, and there's more exciting things coming with inter-league races with Gravel Trap Legends. A number of the boys running tonight, members of Gravel Trap Legends. They're also running on Auto Lister 2. So between the two leagues, you can be racing 4 or 5 nights a week. There's always something going on between the different formats and the different sims. So jump on and get involved. It's a fantastic league. Everyone here, fantastic to get along with. Everyone's willing to help. Sato will only help you after the race. We should just say that. Doesn't give up too many secrets. Yeah, it doesn't give up too many secrets before the race. And yes, John Slow's made the move on Cuckoo. And we've also got Commander Jim putting some pressure on Bo Kane as well at the moment. So, no, just falling off of the back again. Krista Racer is now, Krista Racer now moving up onto the back of Magic Mass after Magic Mass had a bit of a horror lap, 113.2. And Timmy, the first driver into the pits. He's just coming out of pit lane now. He's got a long way to get home. So John Slow has made a couple of seconds margin up over Cuckoo now, but he's got a 4-second gap to Sato up the road. Krista Razor just holding off the back of Magic Mass. John Wade 7 seconds now off the back of Nico the Kid. He has really marched out front. I said a lot of... most of the cars running in the 13s. So McFly back up to pace again at 12.5 for his last lap. So let's jump on board with Mick the Kid for a flying lap around Interlagos. And that's what it's like to do a lap around Interlagos in a 2002 Formula One car. As we can see, Mika with the Kid was just showing us how difficult turn 12 exit is. Almost... Yeah, it's very easy to get yourself caught out, as we said. Not too bad down through here, through turns 4 and 5. The ripple strips are quite banked, and if you do drift wide, the ripple strip tends to hold you on the track. Let's take a look at Christopher Razor. He looks like he's pulled right up on the back of Magic Mass. We've also got no. No. Mixing compounds on these cars is a no. I don't. I'm not even too sure if the game would allow hards on the front and softs on the rear, or vice versa. Yeah, so I know for my experience in iRacing, it's definitely, you can do it in iRacing, but it is a big no-no. It just makes the car feel bizarre. Yeah, well, Rishi is saying that they can do it, and he was running the hards on the front. But it's something with the physics of the game on how the hards wear versus how the softs wear, and it really makes the car feel unbalanced. I don't like it, and I haven't heard of anyone who actually successfully says that they would do that. So, and especially on open wheelers. That's an out in the grass moment, a 121. I didn't see him go through pits, but we have to be getting very close for these guys to be doing their mandatory pit stop now. We've seen Timmy82 come through. Obviously, Sato and Scar came through early onto lap 9, I think it was, with the safety, or lap 11 with the safety car. I would have to say that he has completed a pit stop. Maybe he did sneak one in there where we weren't watching. Yes, T-Bone's confirmed that McFly has pitted. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. But Mick the Kid at the moment, 15-second margin over John Wade. That is a commanding lead. But Gatto Racer's done well. He's sitting there in 6th position. So he's managed to hold. We've got a car just ducking in the pit lane there, taking out the pit lane safety cone. That's Commander Jim. Christopher Razor at the moment sitting just off the back of Magic Mass. And John Slow getting close enough to put a little bit of pressure on the back of Dallo Racer too, by the looks of it at this stage. But other than that, everyone has a little bit of breathing space around the track now. Yes, that's pretty well. We should now start seeing everyone roll through. So they're still finding some pace there. Christopher Razor just did his best lap for the race. So Well, the lap time's coming down now. Some of these guys are starting to sneak into the low 12s. I'm guessing that they are getting low on their tank of fuel. Okay, so Rishi's just confirmed I can't do 50 laps on one tank, so there is a splash and dash. But there is that challenge. How long do you want to spend stationary in pit lane? Now, if you've got to do tyres, they do tyres and fuel at the same time. So Rishi's telling us I need 30 litres or more to complete the race. So we're just looking at Mika the Kid now. Should predominantly be our track leader after pit stop strategy. Gatto Racer now just passing through pit lane. For John Wade, 30 laps. And Magic Mass and Crystal Razor and Not Havoc. So our top 4 cars on track at the moment. But here's the interesting point. Mika the Kid is 11 seconds off the back of these guys, and the 4 drivers in front of him need to pit. So Not Havoc in the pit lane now. Looking at that, that's 30-second transition through pit lane. Because they're losing 10 seconds on their in lap and they're losing a further 15 seconds or 20 seconds on their out lap. So transition and stationary time, we're looking at around about between 25 and 30 seconds. We just see a car going very slow there. Was that John Wade? Or is he running out of fuel? That sounds like that car is very low on fuel. Or blown engine. Because it is not sounding very healthy at all. And we'll just see if he driving into the pit lane. And we've also Christopher Razor into pit lane now. So Magic Mass at the moment, our leader on track. Now, here's the question. Sato, did he take hard tyres? He's doing 113s, potentially not. But can he make it home in 39 laps? He last pitted on lap 11. We'll just look at the lap times between Sato and Mika the Kid, because there is close to 9-second margin between the two. And there we go. Magic Mass into the pits. Almost into the wall there. Got the Brazilian pit crew. So where is Sato coming around? He's coming around start finish line now. So that will bring him up behind Mika the Kid. And Magic Mass out on track now. Sato still improving his delta times. Over Magic Mass. Magic Mass over McFly. McFly over Cuckoo. And Crystal Razor just sitting off the back. So, to give you an idea where these guys are on track, we'll take up to Mika the Kid, coming around now through turns 15. Sato now coming through turn 15. And then we've got Magic Mass through turn 15. And we can see behind McFly. And then we can also see Cuckoo and Christopher Razor having a fight at the back here. And we see another car stationary. I can't quite work out. Someone's had an off coming out of turn 12 and 13. That looks like Timmy and John Wade. And Night Havoc also up the back of Bocane. There's another little have. Magic Mass right up on the bottom of McFly. We've got John Slow in a battle at the moment with Scar, and Dado Racer just off the back. Yes, he's... Yes, he's certainly closing that margin down, but with 15 laps to go, is there enough time to catch Mika the Kid? And can he get to the finish without requiring a splash and dash? Magic Mass obviously had a little off 14.6 on his last lap, so that's allowed McFly through. And there's another little battle up in front of this between Christopher Razor and Magic Mass. I'm not too sure if Christopher Razor's close enough coming onto pit straight. No, Magic Mass has pulled away. But McFly with a 1:12.0 on his last lap. He is flying. There's Bo coming in for his mandatory pit stop. Or yep, just allows him down the inside. And I'm pretty sure Dado's sitting off the back of this pack going, I want a piece of this too. And Dado a 1:13.5 the last lap, while the other two a 1:14 and a 1:13.6. So he's slightly closing that margin down. And John Wade right at the back now, 14th position after he's off. He would not be happy with himself. he's closing the gap. He will be coming right up on the back of Commander Jim. Let's just take a look. There he goes, makes the move past Commander Jim. But he's got a six second margin now before he'll catch up to Bo Kane, who's just doing his outlap. Oh, they made contact. Shadow struggling to get the car started again. And he's off and running. So yes, that's the splash and dash would be my guess. But he's big margin to make up. He's certainly faster. We'll just take a look, see where Sato has come out on track. Yes, he's got 5 second gap to Night Havoc in front of him. So let's jump aboard with Mika the Kid. He's got a 16 second margin over the rest of the field. He's just coming down through the centre chicane while the rest of the field is fielding around through turns 14 and on to 15. So there's McFly coming across the start-finish line now. It's almost a full sector between first and second now. McFly sitting quite comfortably over Magic Mass. Although McFly must have had a little bit of a nervous moment that last lap, a 1:14.1. But still a little bit of margin over Magic Mass. Christopher Razor sits comfortably in 4th position at the moment. Cuckoo in 5th. And Night Havoc sitting in 6th position at the moment. And that will round out the points. Points scored from 1st through till 6th. So anyone finishing below 7th will not end up with any points in the bag tonight. At the moment, Sato probably being the only one close enough. Sitting at the moment in 7th position. He's got 5 second margin over Night Havoc. He's got to gain back in the next 11 laps if he wants to get any points tonight's race. But McFly back on it with a 1:12.0 the last lap. Fastest car on track. And Magic Mass just holding his lap times at the moment. Just managing to be consistent with Christopher Razor. 3 second margin between 3rd and 4th. Everyone pretty well spread out around the track at this stage. Yes, Jed. That's a fixed tyres for these. I believe they're all Bridgestone or Firestone. And as we can see from the tyres from the 2002 series, they are not flat strips, they are a grooved intermediate tyre. Yes, it was much more exciting racing back in the 2000s than what we see in today's league, though. The modern Formula One racing, it's not very, it's not real exhilarating, is it? Oh, that is a massive off. Yes. Not too much money damage done though. We'll just get the little bit of grass and dirt off those tyres, get them back up to temp, get the feel for the car again. But again, that is that turn 12, 13. Track just fades away from you. You think you've got to the apex of the corner and you get back on the gas and the corner just tightens back up on you. Very, very deceiving. Yes. That puts him out of the points as we start to see a few of the drivers. Oh, that is a disconnect. That ghosting of the car there would be a disconnect. We'll just stay with him, see. Nope, that's a disconnect. By far the fastest car on track. Very, very disappointing. Oh, here we go. We're sitting with Nick of the Kid at the moment. He's actually, so convincingly, he's rounding up the back markers. Just having it past John Wade and Commander Jim. Yes, his last lap was down a little bit because he was running around with some of that back traffic. But a few guys will be roaring their race tonight. We've got Commander Jim and John Wade, Dado Racer. Oh, Dado Racer's just made his way past Timmy 82. They will all be wishing they were further up the field after having moments throughout this race, but 44 laps down now out of 50. We've got 6 laps remaining. Commanding at the moment, he's a full 18 seconds over Magic Mass. Let's jump back. Magic Mass has got a 3-second margin at the moment over Christopher Razor. And we can see Christopher Razor just in the background there. And Magic Mass's Delta also 0.2 of a second up, so they are starting to get a march on as the fuel burns off. We come down into the closing stages of this race. We hope you've enjoyed it. This is round 1 for the ANZCRL Formula One series from 2002 on Automobilista 2. If you guys want to get involved, it's easy enough to do. Look up ANZ, Australian New Zealand Combined Racing League on Facebook. You can find them on Discord. You can post a link through Slide Science or Nico. He'll hook you up with the crew. And also racing the rally, WRC, and also Dark Racing 40 is managing the console races. They're running with, I think, Apex Racing League at this stage. on console. Yes, yes, he did. So let's jump it back now. We're looking down through the field. There's a little battle going on between Scar and Dado by the looks of it. Yeah, this is about the only battle going on around track at the moment. We're now looking at Dado Racer, looking back towards Scar and Timmy. It's just not quite close enough coming down the straight to take a full advantage of that slipstream. And I think Mick of the Kid looks like he is just relaxing a little bit up the front of 139 his last lap. But he does have a 15-second margin over Magic Mass. Yeah, I think they're just relaxing, and they're maybe also dealing with a little bit of back traffic. They may be just getting past some of the left traffic now. But the guys at the front of this, you've got to take your hat off to Mick of the Kid, Magic Mass and Christopher Fraser. Ultra consistent throughout the last 46 laps. We don't want to bring commentator's curse into it. So we'll stay on board here with Scar 66. We're just sitting on the back of Dado Racer with Timmy 82 trying to find a way past. Again, not close enough down the start-finish line to take advantage of that slipstream. Yeah. Yeah, so there are a couple of overtaking opportunities through there, but you need to be right up under the tail of the car in front of you and get the advantage of the power down out of the corner. There's a nice little run down between turns 3 and 4. Yeah. Yeah, just losing a little bit off the back through there, through turn 11 and 12. So you can't keep that margin close enough through the last sector. And that's where he really needs to be, right up under the tail of that number 26 car, I think it is, from Scar. 27. As he seems to get advantage up through here into the braking zones as we come through Ferradura. Into 7, 8 and 9. But then on the exit out of turns 10. Up through here. He's a little bit closer here, but still, it just looks like Scar just gets that better traction out. and gets back on the power a little bit earlier and just mitigates any advantage that Timmy would have through the draft. And Timmy would be very frustrated at the moment sitting off the back of Scar. He will just be wondering what it is that he has to do to try and find a way around. Mm. Yes, so Mick of the Kid now doing lap 50. So let's jump aboard. Let's just see where Mick of the Kid is. Was Timmy makes a dive up around the outside. And Dado just sitting there going, thank you very much, boys, because he did not want the pressure of these two on the back of him. And there is the white flag. So these guys over Magic Mass with Christopher Razor rounding out the podium. But we'll stay with the battle here. These guys are on their last lap. They will take it right down to the wire. And Sato managed to scrape it up into 6th position. We did not see that one coming with 11.5. Now that was advantage of a couple of the disconnects. But can't take it away. 11.5 and 11.6 the last 2 laps for Sato. Magic Mass with an 11.8 on his last lap. So the guys were really, really pushing. But great drive here by Scar, holding off Timmy for the last 10 laps. So there we have it. So you can see Mick of the Kid taking out round 1 at Interlagos for ANZCRL's 2002 Formula 1 Series over Magic Mass. Christopher Razor in 3rd, Night Havoc over Cuckoo, Sato rounding out the point scorers in 6th place, John Slow in 7th, Bocane 8th, Dado Racer in 9th. We've got Scar in 10th. Mouse is playing good games with me. Timmy 82 in 11th, Commander Jim in 12th, and McFly retired, still managed to score 0 points in 13th position. Thank you, Rishi. Cheers, guys. Yeah. No worries. Thanks for the opportunity slide. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, everybody.